I'm making this video here because I'm having problems with my Razer Blade 15 after I updated my memory from 16GB RAM that was original installed in it to a 32GB. So I put 2 sticks of 16GB of RAM in there. Well, the computer boots up perfectly fine, everything is fine, but as soon as I start playing video games it starts crashing. And it's only doing this with this particular RAM I installed. So here's an example. So this is the GTA 5 benchmark. So I'm running this right now with a mix between the new RAM I bought, a 16GB stick, and then the original 8GB stick. So right now I got mismatched memory in there, which comes to 24GB total, and it seems to be perfectly fine. Okay, I'm going to run this benchmark. Again, if I put either the 2 original 8GB sticks in for a total of 16GB, I have no problems. If I put one stick 16GB in and one stick 8GB, I have no problems. But as soon as I put the second 16GB stick in there, pretty much in the beginning of the benchmark it will simply crash. And not just in this benchmark, I'm just using this as an example. It crashes in every video game that I'm playing. Anything shy of like simple things. It runs to all the other benchmarks I tried, like Unigine Heaven as my go-to benchmark, like most people do. Runs flawless, runs in just the same frames per second count, everything. Well, besides, this is set on the highest setting this thing will allow. This computer is the 2019 Blade 15 Advance with the 8th generation Core i7 and the RTX 2060. So nothing fancy, it's pretty much still as low as it can get. The BIOS on this particular computer does not allow me to change anything on the memory settings. That means it doesn't have no XMP profile, nothing. So it just simply doesn't have it in there. I don't know if Razer ever gonna change this. That could be manipulated, or it would make any sense. So basically the memory runs on a fixed setting, whatever the chipset from this the Intel chipset allows for. And again, this is I'm just running the first set here for just demonstrating. It runs flawless. I don't have any problems with it, with the mismatched memory. I hate mismatched memory anyways, but that's just to test it out before I make any determination. So my question is, if somebody has a similar problem with a similar computer, or preferably the same model what I have, because I tried to look everywhere on the internet, can't find nothing. There's no info from Razer itself regarding memory. The memory I put in there should be compatible. I looked it up. It's virtually identical to the one I originally had in there, except the one originally in there was made by Samsung. This one is made by Crucial, nothing fancy, just a regular DDR4 memory. I also did run a complete memory test, the one that comes with Windows, where it actually reboots into the memory test, which took like an hour and a half to test this memory. It came back with no errors found. And I would think if there's something wrong with the memory itself, on the chips, that there would be something would show up. And it also would not explain why with one of the 16GB chips installed and one of the 8GB chips installed, it runs perfect, as I have this right now at this moment. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take one of the 8GB chips out and replace it with a 16GB chip, and I'm going to run the same again, and just to demonstrate what it does. And really I hope that somebody else has the same problem, or maybe somebody can tell me what the fix could be, if you know. At this point in time I'm on wit's end. I mean, okay, yes, it'll work fine like this, but I spend some money to get the memory updated to 32 gigabyte, and I would like to use it that way. You know, whether I need it or not, that's secondary. But I have it now, and I just simply hate when a computer doesn't work, and especially those expensive things like those Razers. They shouldn't have all those problems. Okay, I'm gonna pause this for now, and then I'm gonna open the computer up and replace one of the memory sticks. Please bear with me. And now I get the computer open. So this one here, let me see if I can get this in this light. Does it focus or not? I guess I can't get it to focus. Let's see. Well, anyways, this one here, this memory stick, was the one that was originally installed in the computer. God damn it. So I have the same one in the first memory slot. And the second one, which is unfortunately covered in this stupid cable there. I don't know what kind of design flaw that is, but anyhow, I don't want to take it out anymore because I hate unhooking this cable. So the second one has this one in there that I just bought. This is a Crucial 16 gigabyte stick. This is a Samsung 8 gigabyte stick. So what I have here right now, the 16 gigabyte in the back and the 8 gigabyte stick in the front. So now I'm gonna take this one out and put this one in there for the total of 32 gigabyte. You have to set the camera down to get this memory released. So now both of them have the same memory sticks in there, this type, DDR4 Crucial 16 gigabyte stick, DDR4 3200. That's it. So I'm gonna put it back together, and I'm gonna run the same benchmark again, and I will show what's gonna happen then. Okay, so now same settings again. Nothing has changed on the settings, nothing has changed the way the computer boots up, except now I have 32 gigabyte of memory and two identical sticks from this memory, brand new. Anyhow, so now watch what happens if I run the benchmark. And like I said, it does it with all video games. I tried it with GTA 5, Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2, and Far Cry 6. They all do the same, that crash. Well, Far Cry 6 wouldn't even go and boot into the game, it would crash right away. Sniper Ghost Warrior seems to be holding up a little bit longer, approximately, I would say, yeah, 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute at best. Same with GTA 5. If I actually play the game, it will crash after, I don't know, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. It all depends. I guess depends on how fast it moves or whatever. Same with the benchmark. It will go through some screens. Maybe, you know, wait till it warms up or something. But it will not go through. It will not finish the whole benchmark. It just simply won't. It's actually lasting a little bit longer than it usually does, you know, so now I'm almost hoping it's gonna crash, so I'm not gonna look like a total fool here. And I didn't change the settings. Everything is set on max quality for whatever that card can handle. This is a again, NVIDIA RTX 2060. It's basically entry-level video card those computers came with. 6 gigabyte of RAM, video RAM. So there's certain limitations what I can and cannot enable, but it's the screen is a 1080p, 144 megahertz. There you go. It just crashed. So that's what it simply does. It just simply hangs in there, and the computer's completely frozen. So I don't even think I can open the task manager. Let's see. Oh yeah, it opens up. Let's see if I can turn it off. I won't let me do this either. So what I have to do is I have to completely turn the computer off and restart it. So it'll reboot right away. It reboots with no problems at all. I can browse on the internet for hours. I can do all sorts of tasks. It really only happens if I play video games. So all the drivers are updated from Razer over all the Windows updates. It's Windows 11 Professional on there, completely updated. The NVIDIA drivers are updated. I ran it with different settings. I changed the settings around. Same thing over and over and over. So I don't know what to do. I'm completely on my wits end. So if anybody's out there who is having a similar problem, please let me know. And I can't get any further with Razer. They're not going to respond. There's not even any way to contact those people. I don't know why they do not allow in the BIOS to change something around, because I had similar problems with my desktop computer in the beginning, when I simply went and turned the XMP profiles off. That fixed the memory issue. You know, that crashed a few times before too, and then they updated the BIOS a couple more times, and since ever then it's fine. You know, I don't know how good Razer is with the updating, because it's the first type of computer I own from this company. I like them. I got a good deal on this one. It seems to be in good shape. Like I said, everything works fine. I have this computer for about, I would say, 2-3 months now. Never had a problem crashing any games with the 16 gigabyte. I just simply decided I want to update it to 32 gigabyte, have a little bit more horsepower in it, basically, because that's all I can really update it. I put a little bit of change the SSD drive from 500 gigabyte to 1 terabyte, but that's all I can do as far as updating. And other than that, the computer is completely stable. It doesn't matter what I do on it. Windows is completely updated to the newest version. You know, it's the same with the video driver. There's no problem at all. These are the games I have. All 3 games will crash. I'm not even going to bother with anything else anymore. So drivers, that's the newest and most update. Check for updates. Not there. It's already updated. Yeah. So please, if anybody has any idea, any pointers or similar problems, again, this is the Razer 2019 Razer Blade 15 Advance with 8th generation Intel Core i7. And currently 32 gigabyte RAM installed. It doesn't work, so I'm gonna take one of those chips back out. I'm gonna put one of the original one in there again, which is a if I can read this, Samsung DDR4 2666. So I'm assuming it's 2600 megahertz this thing runs. The Crucial is supposed to run all the way up to 32 megahertz. Doesn't matter because I mix match, so it's going to run at a lower speed anyways, and plus I can't change it in the BIOS anyway, so it's irrelevant. The speed of the memory is really irrelevant to me. I just want to have a little bit larger memory for doing some video editing and stuff like that. Okay, well, thank you for watching this video, and please leave comments. Again, please don't tell me I have to go in the BIOS, change your settings. Please pay attention. I can't. This BIOS will not allow it. All the drivers are updated. The memory is flawless. either way, I can interchange those sticks. It doesn't matter which one of these 16 gigabyte sticks I use. It does the same thing. I haven't tried it in single channel, but what for? You know. So for now, I'm going to simply leave the mismatch memory in there. That gives me at least a 24 gigabyte rather than just a 16 gigabyte. And it just, that setting just works. Okay, please leave comments. Thank you very much.